section 124 of 15,000 Useful Phrases by Grenville Kleiser. Read for LibriVox.org by Precious Resch. I dare say your intuition is quite right. I decline to commit myself beforehand. I detest exaggeration. I didn't mean that exactly. I do not comprehend your meaning. I don't deny that it is interesting. I don't doubt it for a moment. I do not doubt the sincerity of your arguments. I do not exactly understand you. I do not feel sure that I entirely share your views. I don't feel that it is my business. I do not find it an unpleasant subject. I don't insist on your believing me. I don't justify my presumption. I don't know quite why you should say that. I don't know that I can do that. I don't know when I have heard anything so lamentable. I don't know why you should be displeased. I don't make myself clear. I see. I don't pretend to explain. I don't see anything particularly wonderful in it. I don't underrate his kindness. I don't want to disguise that from you. I don't want to exaggerate. I don't want to seem critical. I doubt the truth of that saying. I endorse it, every word. I entirely approve of your plan. I fancy it's just that. I fear I cannot help you. I fear that's too technical for me. I feel a certain apprehension. I feel an unwanted sense of gaiety. I feel it my duty to be frank with you. I feel myself scarcely competent to judge. I feel very grateful to you for your kind offer. I find it absorbing. I find it rather monotonous. I find this agreeable mental exhilaration. I frankly confess that. I generally trust my first impressions. I give my word gladly. I give you my most sacred word of honor. I had better begin at the beginning. I had no intention of being offensive. I hadn't thought of it in that light. I hardly think that could be so. I have 100 reasons for thinking so. I have a peculiar affection for it. I have an immense faith in him. I have been constrained by circumstances. I have been decidedly impressed. I have been longing to see more of you. I have been puzzling over a dilemma. I have every reason to think so. I have given you the best proof of it. I have gone back to my first impressions. I have known striking instances of the kind. I have never heard it put so well. I have no delusions on that score. I have not succeeded in convincing myself of that. I have not the influence you think. I have not the least doubt of it. I haven't the remotest idea. I have often a difficulty in deciding. I have often marveled at your courage. I have quite changed my opinion about that. I have something of great importance to say to you. I have sometimes vaguely felt it. I have the strongest possible prejudice against it. I heartily congratulate you. I hope it will not seem unreasonable to you. I hope we may meet again. I hope you will forgive an intruder. I hope you will not think me irreverent. I hope you will pardon my seeming carelessness. I indulge the modest hope. I know it is very presumptuous. I know my request will appear singular. I like it immensely. I like your frankness. I make no reflection whatever. I mean it literally. I might question all that. I mistrust these wild impulses. I most certainly agree with you. I most humbly ask pardon. I must add my congratulations on your taste. I must apologize for intruding upon you. I must ask you one more question, if I may. I must confess I have never thought of that. I must refrain from any comment. I must respectfully decline to tell you. I must take this opportunity to tell you. I need not remind you that you have a grave responsibility. I have never heard anything so absurd. I offer my humblest apologies. I owe the idea wholly to you. I partly agree with you. I personally owe you a great debt of thankfulness. I place myself entirely at your service. I place the most implicit reliance on your good sense. I prefer to reserve my judgment. I purposely evaded the question. I quite appreciate the very clever way you put it. I quite see what the advantages are. I really am curious to know how you guessed that. I realize how painful it must be to you. I recollect it clearly. I rely on your good sense. I remember the occasion perfectly. I resent that kind of thing. I respect you for that. I respect your critical faculty. I say it in all modesty. I see disapproval in your face. I see it from a different angle. I see you are an enthusiast. I see your point of view. I seem to have heard that sentiment before. End of section 124. This recording is in the public domain.